Hello everyone, what is up? It is me, AlbyMTG. For today's video, I'm going to be walking you through an online draft here on Magic Arena. I know it's not exactly the same as a paper draft or maybe even MTGO where you're drafting against other real people, but this is an easy video to make, just kind of talk you through my picks. I also have unlimited time to talk you through difficult selections as well. As you guys can see, I currently used my free draft entry code that you get from the pre-release events. I tried to find all of my other leftover ones, but I was only able to find one additional one. Maybe I'll have additional ones for you guys in the future. But if someone wants a free code to Arena for a free War of the Spark competitive draft, and again, these are only one per account, so if you've already inputted a pre-release code into your MTG Arena account, then you can't really use the code. But for someone who hasn't gotten the opportunity to do so yet, your code is going to be lowercase t, capital G, capital Q, hyphen, 8, capital G, lowercase n, lowercase u, hyphen, lowercase q, 8. So that is your code for a free draft on Arena. I'll probably put it down low in the description as well, just in case to make it easier for you guys to read, and so you don't have to listen to the entire thing. But I guess it's too late now. Someone probably picked it up. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop into this draft and see how things go. So we have the ticket entry here, and we'll walk you through some picks. So we have some pretty reasonable cards here. There are a lot of very good blue cards in the pack. Commence the Endgame is sweet, like that card. Also like Aven Eternal, Kasmina's is fine, Dovin's alright as well. Aside from that, there's nothing too crazy in the pack in the other colors, so I think it's definitely going to be a blue card. So then it's just a matter between like Aven Eternal and Commence the Endgame, and I think Commence the Endgame is good enough, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up Commence the Endgame as our first pick. This is a kind of a weird rare, but I think a pretty good one, the Bioessence Hydra. I haven't gotten a chance to play against it or to play with it yet, but it seems alright. 5 mana, 4/4 trample, and there's a battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each loyalty counter on planeswalkers you control, so we want to pick up some additional planeswalkers here. Whenever one or more loyalty counters are put on a planeswalker you control, put that many +1/+1 counters on it as well. So it doesn't really have a way to protect itself, but at the same time, when we're looking through this pack, after picking up Commence the Endgame in pack 1, there's not really anything in this pack that's too crazy. I think Bioessence Hydra is just the best card in the pack, so we'll go ahead and pick it up. Davriel. I do love me some Davriel. However, certainly will not be the pick here. I'm leaning towards Pollenbright Druid or Thundering Ceratok. Thundering Ceratok is really good. Centaur Nurturer is also fine. I wouldn't mind picking up one or two of those potentially for the deck as well. But I think I'm gonna lean more towards the 2-drop here, and we'll pick up a Pollenbright Druid. This pack is pretty bad. This is not a great first pack. Gideon's Triumph is pretty good. Mana Geode could also just keep us open. Like, I don't like basically any of these cards aside from like Lazotep Reaver, Gideon's Triumph. I'm like fine playing a Prismite or a Mana Geode if I have to, but certainly pack 1, pick 4 of an Arena draft, those aren't what you're looking to pick up. I think because everything else is so replaceable, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Gideon's Triumph, and we'll see if maybe we get past some additional white cards. That would be pretty good. Nothing too crazy here. Huatli is not actually that bad from what I'm hearing. You can definitely draft a decent Huatli deck. Generally ends up being like white based instead of green based, and we do have 2 decent green cards already, but Huatli's actually not that bad. A lot of people don't really expect the Huatli deck either. Each creature you control assigns combat damage to its toughness rather than its power. Aside from that, again, there's just nothing great in this pack, so I don't mind picking up Huatli. Teo, I don't think we can't attack with defenders, right? Each creature you control assigns combat damage. Yeah, so doesn't really work there. I'd rather pick up either the Crunch Wrangler or the Centaur Nurturer, because remember we can play the Huatli with green or white mana. It doesn't need to be just one of those. Um, so I kind of like Nurturer. Again, I don't think Teo is great. Battlefield Promotion's not bad, but I'm leaning more towards one of these two, and I think that this is an interesting decision between these. I think we'll be able to pick up an additional Centaur Nurturer at some point in the draft, and I think it's less likely that we'll pick up an additional Kronk Wrangler, so I'm going to go with the Kronk Wrangler. Vivian's Grizzly is a good little pickup here as well. This card's fine, this card's fine, No Escape is fine, and then both of the white cards are fine as well. I think I'm going to lean more towards the Grizzly over the No Escape, so I'll go ahead and pick that up. Some okay black cards here. Vraska's Finishers, pretty good. Aside from that, there's really nothing. Courage and Crisis, I guess, is what I'm taking here, but not, excited about it. Ironclad Crovat actually works in the Huatli deck too. I don't think I'm playing either of these cards, honestly, but we'll pick up the Crovat. Here we get some of the blue cards. I said I liked Kazmina's Transmutation a little bit. The Lazadep Plating is also fine. You and permanent you control gain Hexproof until end of turn, and then the Amass one. So it's just kind of like a counterspell plus a Mass one. So I think it's between these two. And I think for our deck so far, I think I like picking up Lazadep Plating. Here, this is a pretty easy No Escape. The rest of these picks should be, fairly easy. Opportunist is, fine. I'm not playing any of these cards, but I guess we'll pick up Wall of Ruins as a sideboard card, since these are the kind of drafts that are sideboarded. Bleeding Edge is fantastic. Not sure if it's too late to... We did pick up, one black card. We could just kind of, go black-blue. We would have Lazadep Plating, No Escape. Because, this card is fantastic. I guess, Challenger Troll is fine. Bloom Hulk is fine as well. This card is just so good, though. Kill a creature and make it 2/2 body for only 3 mana is crazy good. I guess we'll stay on path. We'll go ahead and draft the Challenger Troll here. I think that's better than the Bloom Hulk because we can most likely pick up an additional Bloom Hulk later on. Yeah, nothing too crazy in this one either. Epiphany, Conjurant, Thunder Drake, maybe even Crawl Stinger as the picks. Looking at my curve, we don't have a ton of decent 3-drops. Ugin's Conjurant is a fine card, but I've been kind of unimpressed with it recently. So I think it's between these two, and since blue-green it doesn't get a ton of removal, I'm gonna lean more towards the Crawl Stinger. Spark Double is a great pickup. I'm very happy to pick that up. Ashiok is, fantastic too, but this card's really good. This card is very, very good. Crush Descent, Nissus Triumph. I'm thinking either Arlen's Wolf or Centaur Nurturer here. Again, just kind of like a filler 3-drop or, an okay little 4-drop here. I'm going to lean more towards the Centaur Nurturer. We do have some 5 and 6 cost things that we'd like to get out fairly reasonably. Here, it's probably just second Ceratok, or I guess this is our first Ceratok. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. We'll pick up the first Ceratok. Callous Dismissal, I believe, is the pick here. Storm the Citadel is not great. Iron Bully is not great. This is a sideboard card. Grizzly's fine. We do already have one, though, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Callous Dismissal. I'm also going to go ahead and move these white cards aside from Huatli from our sideboard. Strix, Dambreaker, Grazer, or Primordial Worm. I think I'm leaning more towards Dambreaker. We have some okay Proliferate stuff. Also, I'm going to take this Wall of Runes out of the deck, too. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Not overly excited about it, but it's okay. Spellkeeper Weird works really, really well with Huatli. And And we can get back Callous Dismissal, we can get back Arc Commence the Endgame. I'm actually kind of fine with that too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pick up a Spellkeeper Weird. Again, nothing in this pack. We'll grab Lazatep Reaver, I guess. We'll pick up... These are cards I'm not really looking to play. I think the Dambreaker is better for us. Sideboard Return to Nature seems okay. Again, not looking to really play any of these. Double green is kind of restrictive for us, since we do have, right now, it appears to be more blue cards than green cards. I'm going to take it for the sideboard, because I don't think we'll ever play second Primordial Worm. We picked up a second Return to Nature for the sideboard, which is nice. Wow! Huh. Well, this changes things, doesn't it? What black cards do we have? Lazatep Reaver, Opportunist, Lazatep Behemoth. Huh. Weird. I don't really know what to do now. I wasn't expecting this to happen. I think I take her, but I don't know if we play her. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Replaced with 1, 2. That's annoying. Huh. Well, we'll take her, and then we'll see what happens if we get, like, other good black cards, and we did get another good black card. Man, am I really switching in pack 3? Feels so wrong. I guess our green cards aren't, like, crazy good. And we can splash the Hydra. Let's see what our deck looks like if we remove the green cards. That one, and we'll keep in the Hydra. Lazatep Reaver gets in. Opportunist gets in. I'd rather not play Lazatep Behemoth, but I've sleeved up worse cards in my time. Sure. That leaves us with 12. We could just pick up Gateway Plaza too. Just hope to pick up maybe like a second Gateway Plaza. It's hard for me to say no to this though. This is just very quality removal. Whatever, I'm all in. We're going for it. We're going for it. Totally regretting it, but we're going for it. Mana Geode is probably the pickup now, just in case. Spark Harvest is great for another removal spell, so we'll pick that up. Another Callous Dismissal is fine. What do we have in terms of creatures? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure, give me Callous Dismissal. Vraska's Finisher, Silverwing, Relentless Advance. I really like Vraska's Finisher. I think that's what we're gonna go for. What is this one again? That's the counters one. All these cards are so bad. I guess this thing. Herald, probably. We might have made a playable deck out of this, surprisingly enough. It's a bit awkward, but we might have we might have done it. Skulker is a better 5-drop than the other one. My boy Bird Jesus will pick up Bird Jesus. Spark Reaver's fine. Did we actually just make a playable 23 out of this? This is so dumb. When in doubt, just open up Mythics in your last pack. We've got enough big creatures already. I think I'm just going to go for Spark Reaver, the second one here. How many other Planeswalkers did we pick up? Just the one, right? It's just Lily. So then it's... I guess this, probably for the sideboard. I mean, this is 23 cards. Like, we could go for Unlikely 8, I guess. 13 creatures, 10 non-creatures. It's a lot of 3-drops. Like, a lot. And we're definitely not playing 3 forests. That's not happening. Actually, we have to, right? We have to play 2 forests. Is this card even good enough? Cares about loyalty counters on Planeswalkers, and really all we have is Lily. This card might not even be good enough. This might be an 18 lander instead of 17, honestly. There's no other green cards that I want to splash for, and I'd rather not play Wall of Runes. I guess it's not like the worst thing in the world if I have to play a Wall of Runes. Something that I can sack to the Spark Reavers. I think I'd just rather play an extra land. So 16, 17, 18. What do our colors look like? 11, yeah. I know playing an extra land is very, very bold with the Arena Shuffler, but our cards are so expensive, costing like 3 mana or more for most of them. Huh. I was not expecting. I was all in on green-blue. And I think we have an okay... Like, the part that really stinks about switching over like that is we have no sideboard cards now. We have double Wall of Runes in case we go against, like, red-based aggro. We have Kaya's Ghost Form, which probably never comes in, and Unlikely Aid against removal-heavy decks, or if we need to race and be more aggressive. Yeah, so this is the deck. I think I'm going to play all my matches with it off camera, just so that I can play them on my own time. I have to get ready for F&M here in a little bit, and I believe I'm going to take the draw every possible chance that I can. This feels like the kind of deck that would rather be on the draw. Callous Dismissal, surprisingly, is pretty decent if you're on the draw. Because they spend the mana to do the thing, and as long as they don't have like a Samet or some other way to give it haste, then you know you're in a fine position trading off the 2-mana Callous Dismissal just to time walk them, and then you can get back there from there. We had to play some unfortunate cards like Lazatep Behemoth. I'm not even a big fan of Ashiok Stalker either. Not huge on this card. Rather play something else, and like, yeah. I mean, it'll be fine. We'll be all right. We're basically just relying on this lady right here. We're gonna hope this lady leads us to victory. But with that being said, thank you guys so much. Actually, hold on. Before we do the outro, we have to change the sleeve. There we go. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like on the video. Let me know what you would have drafted when it comes to the Liliana chance. Would you have just stayed green-blue and kept going with the green-blue deck that we had, or would you have done what I did and picked up the Liliana? I think I was picking up the Liliana either way, just so I didn't have to use a Mythic Wildcard on it, but would you have stayed true to your green-blue deck, or would you have started to creep into a different color after seeing Liliana Dreadfort General? Be sure to let me know down below in the comment section, and I will see you guys here tomorrow for yet another Magic the Gathering video.